welcome back to T Wrestling. We have Tim here, and we're going to
Hello,
talk
everyone.
about Hell in a Cell results, which was a very good show.
It was a very good show.
Very
Best
good
of
show
the year
indeed.
so far for me.
Yeah, right. I mean, best so far. You know, no Roman. That was great.
I was about to say the best so far. We didn't have any of the world titles in play, so clearly it was
Good show.
No, it really was the best so far. It was like all the matches were. Well, we'll get back to that when we're done, I'm sure. But yeah, really good show. I super enjoyed myself.
Alright, guys. So let's just start off. We'll start off with match one, which was the Raw Women's Championship. You got Becky Lynch versus Asuka versus Bianca Belair in a triple threat match.
Mm-hmm.
So
we had a discussion. I think was it last time or the time before about this is how a good triple threat match should be. Whereas like everyone shows off their skill and their strength, everyone gets their time. The action is constantly going. One is out of the ring, but the two others fight and so on. This is another one of those. This is just a supremely good match between three really, really good wrestlers.
and let's appreciate that we got to see Becky's ass.
Yes, we did get to see Becky's ass, and I am well aware. Toya and I had a discussion earlier in the week, mostly due to misunderstandings, but we had a discussion earlier in the week, and I'm pretty sure that the discussion basically stems from the fact that she wants to see more of Becky's ass, which, you know, in the end I can actually only applaud.
Yes.
But no, this was this was so cool. I mean, it's also a really good example of just how good the women's division can be if you just actually show them off.
Yep, this is true.
Because again, Asuka has been out for what, 6 months, 9 months?
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, just comes in, don't skip a beat, and insert
Didn't miss
herself
a
right
beat.
into.
Act like she was like not even gone.
Yeah, like insert herself right into Becky and Bianca, who is already having a couple of bangers recently.
True.
So yeah, no, it was very good. I was a bit confused about the ending, but Raw cleared that up, as someone said it would.
It's like,
slightly annoying.
We won't say who that was, but yeah, I mean that person must be like a genius or something. Whoever, clearly, yeah.
A predicted prophet,
like
a wrestling genius,
right? Like I had told you like before when we were discussing, I was a little bit disappointed that there was not enough like heel cheating moves from Becky Lynch. That's what I was expecting. Like
that's true. She wrestled like a face.
Yeah.
Constantly, all the three of them actually wrestled as a face.
Right. Exactly.
But it was a bit weird. I admit, I thought that was a bit weird, but of course,
because I was exactly what I was just expecting. Like I kind of figured, you know, spoiler alert, Becky, Bianca Belair kept her belt. I expect that, but I expect a little bit of more of just something more out of this Becky. So I'm just kind of like, I was like, it was a good match, but at that point I was kind of like a little bit disappointed in that kind of thing. But you know.
No, you're right. You are absolutely right. But I mean, I guess what happened on Raw sort of proves why.
Yeah.
I mean, the discussion we had was that I thought it was weird that Asuka ate the pin. Because I thought the plan was to phase Becky out of the main title and then probably keep Asuka there. But of course, now that we know that it's going to be Rhea, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah, that should be fun. I mean, I'm glad to see Rhea. First of all, have we seen Rhea versus Bianca? Like, really seen Rhea versus Bianca since NXT?
No, I don't
think we have, because they used to be on different brands.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that, because they back on NXT they had some really cool stuff going on for a short while there. Not alone, but for a short while they had some really cool stuff going on. And it's also nice to see two of the young kids like getting the chance to mainline.
It's always good.
Two of the young kids. I think Becky is
we'll talk about that when we get
something.
There.
Yeah. I mean, I think Charlotte is the oldest of like the of the other main eventers, and she's like 38. But you know what I mean with young guns. Anyway, really good match, supremely good match. A good way to start the show. Like got everyone amped up.
Yep, it was a good show. Good match.
Yeah.
Obviously, Blair kept her
Bianca
belt.
retained. Yeah.
And yeah. Let's move on to the next match, shall we?
Yeah.
So, the next match was MVP and Almas versus Bobby Lashley. But before we get to that, they had this promo that had MVP rapping. And my note says, "Oh dear Lord, why is he rapping?"
I admit I didn't take notes from it, but I was like, okay.
I didn't want to take notes, but I was like, I have to mention this in my video.
You're right.
So I'm gonna write it down. It's like
I was expecting like rapper John Cena to come in from the side and
I'm just like
do a rap battle or something. I don't know.
I'm like, look, guys, I understand he black. Not all black people can rap. It's fine.
Apparently not. At any rate, apparently not.
Okay, it's fine. It's no big deal. Is that okay?
I mean, you would think they could reach out to like Bad Bunny and say, "Can you write some proper lyrics for this one?" But I guess not. I guess not.
I was just like, that was horrible. It's like, why? Just... And I'm like, how long does this rap go?
Well,
like,
there you
what a
are.
horrible promo. Like, okay. Anyways. They had like a little before the match. I think Almost in MVP had a little altercation with Cedric Alexander.
Cedric Alexander. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm only saying that because it had some point to the match. But anyways, let's talk about the match.
Another decent one, actually.
Actually, it was actually pretty good. I'm actually gonna give some credit to Almost. He's getting better.
Yeah, he is getting better. He's starting to learn how to. I mean, again, his offense is still a little bit one-sided. He doesn't do a lot of different things. He's just big and he hits people.
Right.
Fine. But his selling is getting a lot better. He doesn't look like he is just sitting down awkwardly. He looks like he's actually falling down. Again, we always said Omos could be better. We just didn't understand why they would gamble on someone who was obviously super green when they used to have someone like Braun Strowman on the card who was, really, really good. But Omos is getting better. We said last time they had a really decent match, and this was another really decent match. Not a good match, but not a P match either. Like a solid 2-star, I guess. Fine, no problem. It's nice to see MVP actually in the ring again.
No, yes, I like that. I mean, I think he did a good job and everything.
At least as long as he's in there, he's not rapping.
He's not rapping, right?
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, he's still absolutely great in the ring. I mean, he used to be a thing back in the day. Like everyone knew he was never going to be world champion, but he was absolutely fine as an upper mid carder, and proves he still has it.
You still got it.
You still got it. But yeah, no, these guys have really worked out how to do that, like, power wrestle thing, where Omos can brutalize Lashley, but Lashley is still strong enough to fight back without it looking silly. So no, I'm starting to get okay with this. People will probably remember that I was very down on these matches in the beginning, but no, they have definitely turned this into something that is.
It just needed a little bit of work.
Yeah,
it just needed a little bit of work.
At the very least, watchable, but I would say even decent. I think it's over now, though.
I hope so. I think it's over now because I think if you watch Raw, probably I think he's going after the United States title, which is Bobby Lashley, who had won, right? So.
Yes.
But yeah, so he's going after that now. So hopefully that's over.
I didn't watch all of Raw, but I watched
some clips.
I've actually, for once, usually I watch most of SmackDown and then only basically reads the synopsis of Raw because it's Raw is really difficult to find online, actually.
Yeah, it is.
In at least in Europe.
I mean, unless you have like cable, it's hard to
SmackDown.
find E2 here. It's like I have like the
Yeah.
Peacock. You would think that you can watch it on there. It's like no, they don't put the newest Raw until like later on. I'm like, okay, sure.
So Raw is really difficult for me to find. SmackDown is basically up on YouTube 3 minutes after the show is over.
Yeah.
So I usually watch at least most of SmackDown, but no, I actually managed to find someone who uploaded most of Raw this time. So I'm sure it's been taken down already. But
oh well, sorry guys.
I actually saw most of it. Yeah, I think Lashley
just put it in reverse
again now, right?
Huh?
I mean, we're going to see Lashley and Roman at SummerSlam now, right? For at least one of the main titles.
I don't know. That's new to me.
I don't know. It was just the way. I mean, the way Lashley was like, "I'm coming for the." He was doing all the "I want the belt" and someone.
I mean, I don't know. When I saw Raw, he was. I don't know. I don't know when I watched Raw. I didn't watch all of it, but when I watched some parts of Raw, they was talking to Austin. Well, Theory.
Yeah. I mean, that's also a possibility. It doesn't matter. The point is, whoever he's going for, that was probably the last match because, well, Lashley won it. Cedric Alexander came out to the ringside and distracted. Fuck, I can't remember. Did he distract Omos, or was Omos already knocked out of the ring?
I think
he just distracted MVP. I think he just distracted
MVP and then. MVP,
yeah,
and then he got, and then Brawley last, he got MVP in Hurt Lock.
Yeah,
he could be wrong about that, but he definitely got him in Hurt Lock.
I think Omos. I did lose a bit of focus there at the end. Like I said, it was a decent match, but not a world beater. But I think Lashley Omos got knocked down or something on. I can't. Doesn't matter.
He tripped over his big old feet. No, it's fine.
Yeah, Cedric Alexander. I think. It doesn't matter. Alexander caused something. Omos got knocked out, and MVP got in the Hurt Lock, and Lashley took it, which is fine, absolutely fine.
A win's a win.
That was probably the right result. Lashley comes out looking strong, and Omos comes out looking like someone who might actually one day learn to wrestle. So that was about as good as it could get.
Is a win.
Yep, basically.
Next match, we got Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel, sorry.
He's not Elias. He's Ezekiel.
He even said he was Elias'
younger brother.
Raw, I heard him.
Oh, fair enough. I guess I missed that part then. I usually most of the things I saw was like sort of the matches and.
Well, he only said that to get a rematch, but still.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's possible. Like I said, there was part of Raw I missed. But anyway, Owens versus, at the time, Ezekiel.
At the time, Ezekiel.
Yeah. This was another decent match. It was definitely not Kevin Owens' best match of all time, but it was like, those two just...
The crowd was definitely not into it.
No! That's another thing, because I have... Not a 5-star matchup anyway, but a good drag-out beat on each other.
I mean, it's not bad for Ezekiel's main event match.
Yeah, I mean, nothing super special, but holy crap, the audience was dead.
Dead.
That's really weird to me, because, I mean, maybe it's because it's Chicago, and Chicago crowds have always been a bit weird. They are probably going to say that they're sophisticated, but honestly, most of the time they're just a bit...
They're assholes!
Yeah, they really are assholes. They are really like the smart assholes out there. But I mean, most people seem to have been into the whole Ezekiel, Elias, Kevin Owens thing. It's been getting
right. So you would think it would be a little bit more, but it's like it's probably just where they were at. Because I'm pretty sure if they were like somewhere else, probably have a different.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if they had been in Savannah or down south, the reaction would. It doesn't matter. The point is the match was fine. It wasn't the best match of the evening. It wasn't the best match any man has probably ever had, but it was a fine match, fun match.
I mean, it was a match.
And the audience was much more dead than they really should have been. Like
Yeah.
the match was a
I mean,
lot
I thought
better
the
than
match
they
was
laid
pretty
out.
decent. You know.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Like I said, I'll go further than decent. I'll say it was good.
It's good for like in the middle card matches.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it did its job. They were beating on each other. It wasn't a hardcore match. It wasn't a Hell in a Cell or anything. But they were beating on each other, and their styles play well together. I mean, Elias is obviously working
Whoever the hell he
more.
is today.
Whatever. He'll come back. He'll come back as Obadiah, the third brother, I guess, with a mustache. But I mean, he works a lot more. He works a lot more agile than he ever did as Elias. I mean, Elias was a power wrestler, or played as a power wrestler, brawler really. Ezekiel is doing top rope stunts, and I think I saw something like an Enzuigiri in there from even. But I mean, they just work well together. And they had a really good match, and I don't understand why the crowd was so dead, but they were.
Maybe they were sleeping.
Yeah, it's just possible. Maybe there was like, after we thought the Omos match was going to be really boring, but it wasn't. So now we're very confused and are still processing that.
Right.
I don't know, but Owens won, by the way.
Woohoo, Owens!
Yeah, I'm good with that. Owens.
I mean, I was good with either or. It didn't matter to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is one of those matches where I'm just like, I don't really think it's gonna lead to anything.
Yeah.
If either one wins.
As you say, this was a comedy feud,
right?
Leading to a mid card match. It's fine. There's nothing special about that. Owens needed a big win. I mean,
it's been a while since he actually won. So
Owens needed a win. We talked about this not too long ago. That when has Owens last won an actual
match,
an actual pay-per-view match?
Been a while.
So Owens needed a win, and Ezekiel didn't really need one. I mean, if they're actually trying to build him up, do you remember? I was thinking about this because I had it in my notes. So apparently, I was thinking about this. Do you remember back in WCW? So it's ages and ages ago, but when DDP had that feud with Macho Man, like his big career-making feud with Macho Man,
yes.
DDP ended up actually losing that after like 3 or 4 months, but it also made his career. After that, he was like, he could keep up with Macho Man. He could control the situation with him. And after that, DDP was a legit superstar who very quickly after started challenging for the world title. I'm not sure the same thing's going to happen to Ezekiel. Or Elias, or whoever. I'm actually pretty sure that's not going to happen, but you can build up someone in a feud like that without having him win the final one. And again, since this wasn't really a feud that demanded an emotional ending, no, I was very happy with all of this. We'll see what happens, but yeah, good match.
See what happens. Alright, let's go to the next match. We got a 6 mixed tag match with the revised Bullet.
Yeah, the revised Bullet Club. Yeah, no fucking kidding.
Liv Morgan, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor versus Judgment Day with Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Yeah, this match. I'm not more confused. I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to think about Hell in a Cell. I'm still thinking about what happened on Raw.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because I look at all my notes here. And
it's like, let me just rip them all up.
Into this match. I'm super into this match. This is so good, man. Balor carried in the beginning, just getting brutalized. And then they fed the comeback. It was great fun. It was great tempo all the way through.
Everybody was like, I like when the beginning parade was started fighting with each other. I mean, it was such a good match.
So good, but I cannot
get at the back of my head what I saw.
So anyway, let's do this. We'll just really quickly do this. Watch this match, guys. It was a supremely good match. Everyone really played to their strength. Liv got to show off really what she can do. God damn it, you guys need to do something.
But they really need to do something with Liv. I don't know what they're trying to do. They're like wasting this girl's talent because she's amazing. You need to put her on, like, give her some title. Make up a fucking title.
Give her the women's the tag team title with somebody. Something. Just do something with her. The whole build her up and then let's actually just not do anything with her anyway. It's been so annoying to. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Judgment Day won, as they should, of course.
Right.
And for what, I mean, we are still in the Sunday mood when the show actually went on, as they should. So they won. It was a fine match. I mean, the only thing I had with it is that it's my general complaint about WWE intergender matches. If you have to have intergender matches, you have to allow the men to hit the women. You cannot keep up the thing where at the end was basically Edge was on the floor, Baylor goes to the corner for a coup de grace. Rhea just steps in front of him, doesn't do anything, just stands there looking at him, and Baylor is a gentleman and don't do anything, and then she gets hit and Edge hits it. Doesn't matter. That's how they won, and I'm like, it just annoys me that
You're right.
where
It's
we
like,
are today, that you cannot just. You've done it. You teased it enough time. You had Randy hit the RKO on what's her face,
Phoenix.
the one who got. Yeah, also that, but I meant the big girl, the tall. God damn it! Nia Jax. I always forget her name. I always forgot her name. You have these situations. You have got, if you want to start having intergender matches, you have got to tell the television company to say, "Fuck off! We're going to have the men hit the women."
It's like, okay, we already know it's not like it's actually hitting her. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
we get
the
it.
thing.
Like,
we know this.
We know this already.
Yeah.
We know this is like, this is all for show. We get it. It's E for entertainment. Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's not wrestling.
I mean, we're not asking you to like do a reenactment of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard here.
No. That's not
what we're asking. We're just asking like a little power slam to the mat.
But again, it's not sunny anymore, guys.
Like I honestly miss. I mean, I honestly miss those days where it's like, you know, back in the day where like The Rock would rock bottom Destiny. It's like,
fuck yeah,
I miss those days.
It's a lack of respect. These women are super good, and for God's sake, Rhea is bigger than Finn.
Right?
For freak's sake. Have some respect for the female performers. It's less respect for the women to just have them be, oh no, you can't be hit by a guy who's half your size. That would be horrible. Than to just have, you know, Baylor then actually jump on her and have something happen from there. I'm very frustrated about it because I really think they're missing some amazing opportunities, and I think the women would fucking love to be able to have these matches.
Yeah, I'm sure they would
too. If you could do it 20 years ago with Chyna, you can bloody do it today with Rhea. Rhea is a better wrestler than Chyna ever was.
True.
No offense to
Chyna.
Tony Laurie, but you know, rest in peace. But still. But anyway,
yeah, let's move on.
It was over. Judgment Day won. Everything was as it should be, and then
we have Raw.
We have Raw, where you take it away.
Do I? Oh, all right. I'll do it. Okay. So on Raw, you know, Judgment Day, you know, they came out, you know, celebrated, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna introduce our newest member. Yay. All right, we all figured they had a new member coming out. Okay, that's all. We always knew that they were gonna have another member coming out.
Yeah.
And hold on. So, you know, Finn Balor comes out. As you thought he would come out, you know.
Yeah, there had been persistent rumors that they were going to put Balor in there, yeah. So
then they're all there and they're like celebrating. Oh yeah, we got Finn with us now. And then Damian Priest starts talking like, you know what, we have like this problem in the thing, and we have the Fox figure it out, and like, we think the problem is you. And they all pointed to Edge and just beat the crap out of Edge. And I'm just thinking to myself, why?
I wrote to Toya the other day. I think unfortunately, I wrote to Toya after that, and I think unfortunately I put it the wrong way because I don't think she fully understood my point at first. But I was like, why is it that the first thing the WWE makes us ask every time is why? Why don't they get us to say, huh, that makes sense, or huh, that was a shocking swerve? Why do they constantly make us just say, Why do you do
what?
this?
Here's the thing, right? If they were gonna do that, right? If they were gonna do, they should have had Finn turn on AJ and Liv at pay-per-view, and then turn on Edge at Raw. That would have made more sense.
Exactly, as I suggested. Well, maybe not turn on Edge, but yeah, that's.
But it's like, why are they turning on Edge for what reason? I mean, we are like, oh, maybe he got injured and he needs to go, but I'm just like, maybe, but that is a stretch.
Another suggestion is we know he's on a part-time contract, so this is a way. Now he's done his job at setting up this new faction, so now they can write him out for a while.
Maybe another stretch. It was just,
in that
it
case,
didn't
it would
make
be
no
much
sense.
better. In that case, it would have been much better to just have him. Okay, Finn. I mean, I need to take some time off. I need to go commune with the dark spirits or the soul of the corpse of the Undertaker. I don't bloody know what he has in mind, but you could say he needs to go away for a while. Now Baylor is the everyday leader, the in-game leader, so to speak. They get a fourth person, another fourth person, could be Ciampa, it could be anyone. Edge can come back in 3 or 4 months, and we can have this where Finn is like, well, you say you're the leader, but I kinda did all the work. Now instead we have this where Edge. This was built around Edge. This wasn't like a lot of people come together. Edge. This entire stable was built 100% around Edge. It was Edge's stable. The Judgment Day wasn't the Judgment Day. It was Edge's stable. And now, 2 months later, he's like, okay, bye.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. I'm confused.
The only thing I can imagine is that, I mean, we're spoiling a little bit, but at this point in the show, we already knew. The only thing I can imagine is that they want to turn him face because they are running out of major faces after what happened to Cody.
Maybe.
Cody is probably going to be out for 6 months, or 5 or 6 months.
Maybe.
And they're running out of major faces. What I don't understand is that, no you don't, you have Finn right there. You have AJ right there. You can take this opportunity to build up new faces. Like Ezekiel. You can turn Kevin. You can do whatever you want. This makes no bloody sense to me. I am so confused at it.
I don't know, but yeah,
why would Finn? Apparently, Finn decided to join them completely out of the blue.
That's another thing. That's another thing. I don't know.
If he had turned at Hell in a Cell, all of it would have made sense. Now it's just. It feels like WWE is saying, oh, please accept this because we're all out of ideas and we're just throwing shit at the wall and hope you guys are going to accept it.
Well, I don't know, but we need to move on.
We need to move on, but it was very, very... The match was awesome.
The match was fantastic, but the aftermath on Raw was just...
It kind of ruins it.
It kind of ruins it, yeah. It took the taste out of your mouth afterwards, but yeah. Anyways, let's move on, because I'm on a time schedule here.
Yep.
Go ahead. Happy Corbin versus Madcap Moss in a no-holds-bars match.
Yeah.
You notice, guys, that most of these matches are just a bunch of repeats from all the way from WrestleMania.
I mean, basically, if you notice, practically everything since Mania has been repeats.
Yep. So hopefully next pay-per-view we get some new faces and new matches.
Apart from Owens and Ezekiel, I don't think we've had a single match in the last 2 pay-per-views that basically haven't been rematches either from Mania or Backlash. It's been rather weird on that point.
I mean, it's been good, but yeah.
No, it's fine. I mean, the matches are fine. I was afraid this was going to be the P match, but no,
this match was actually pretty good.
This was really fun.
Really decent match.
The no DQ qualification really helped because these two beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, they did.
The ring. I mean, again, I don't have many notes from the match because it was just a really fun, really classic no DQ hardcore match. Well, not hardcore match, but really fun no DQ match. where they beat the shit out of each other. Moss wrestled as the face. I guess he is gonna try for a mid-run face run now. I hope he gets away with that. Like I said, I think both of these are way underestimated.
They really are.
So I really hope that the audience will accept him so he can get up and maybe, I don't know, challenge, I don't know, Austin Theory or Ricochet. It doesn't matter, but at least move a little bit up in the ranks. And Corbin did fine. I mean, everything did fine. The one thing I had to say is the end with the ring steps on the chair while the throat was in the chair. That one was new. I haven't seen that one before.
That was a new one. I was like, ooh.
I mean, Moss won by putting Corbin's neck into the chair, and then usually you would step on it or hit it with a sledgehammer or something. We've seen that plenty of times before. Many people have done that. It looks incredibly brutal. And, I mean, it is one of those where I'm like, oh, God, you just killed a man. But this time, instead of, like, using a sledgehammer or stepping on it or a kendo stick, he brought out the ring steps and just slammed it onto the chair.
I was like, poor Corbin.
Yeah, I was like, oh God.
I cannot watch none of his Instagrams because he's going to be dead.
Mr. Baron, are you okay? Are you alive? But no, that was new. That was really fun to see. No, this was a really good match. This was probably this wasn't the best match in any way. That was either Judgment Day or the main event. But the women's match was also super good. But I still think the Judgment Day match or the main event was the best. But this was probably the match where I had the most fun during it.
Yeah.
It was just a fun match to see. And the audience was actually fairly into it. We talked about how they were really dead at
Kevin Owens and Zero match.
Yeah, and also they were really dead at the Moss and
we're all dead at the Moss match.
Yeah, the Moss and the Corbin match last pay-per-view. But this one they were kind of really fun. I mean, let's move on. Moss won, of course, as he should. Corbin needs a big win, by the way, also very soon.
All right, I'm gonna let you talk. I have to go get my child. You're going to do the next match.
Okay, you go get your child.
Okay.
But yeah, Corbin also needs a big win soon. I know he's mid-card. He doesn't really need to have a win to be like legitimate as a contender. But again, maybe it's just me. I think Corbin is better than he's being given credit for. I would like to see him in the middle to upper mid-card. So that means he can't keep losing every time. Anyway, next match, which was the US title match where Mustafa Ali challenged the current champion, Austin Theory. Or, as the WWE does right now, it was Ali versus Theory, because no one is allowed to have two names anymore. You can't be... I mean, I guess it's just a matter before Randy Orton is renamed Orton or something, because you're probably just not allowed to have two names anymore. But that was Theory versus Ali. And I'm sure when Toya has fixed her kid, she will have something to say about this one eventually. But I liked it. It was another good one. I mean, we kind of knew who was going to win the second they presented Mustafa Ali as from Chicago, because the rules are, of course, that no one from their hometown will ever win a pay-per-view match. That's just how it goes. And of course, Austin Theory is currently the Golden Boy, so he needs to keep his title. But yeah, that was a really fun one. Both of them did really well. And I think I will wait for Toya to come back and we can cut out the dead air. So,
okay, I'm back.
Welcome. Did you get your child?
My child is here, yes, unfortunately.
I am truly sorry for you. Hopefully they will move out before another, 12 years pass.
Where did you leave off?
Toya is the best mom. I presented the Theory Ali match, and I said that it was a really fun one, but we all know who was going to win because they introduced Mustafa Ali as the hometown hero. So.
Oh, yeah, okay, well. When you're in the hometown, you don't win, sorry. That doesn't work that way.
That's just the rules. I mean, when there was like Mustafa Ali weighing so and so from here in Chicago, and everyone went yay. It was like you just made him lose. Congratulations, audience! You just made your friend lose. It was another good fight. I want this feud to continue at least one more match. They had another one of those really good matches. Oh, really good matches. Good matches.
Yeah.
It was good to see Austin Theory wrestle. Austin Theory is one of those heels who's been played really well because again he does all the heel stuff. But that also means that sometimes you kind of like, but how good is he actually in the ring? And at least with Mustafa Ali, the answer is he is quite good in the ring, actually.
He really reminds me of a young John Cena.
Yeah, Austin Theory? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mixed with a little bit of Ric Flair.
Yep.
In style, at least.
Ricky Cena.
Yeah, Ricky Cena, basically. Yeah, absolutely. John Flair, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, one of the two.
But yeah, I think Austin Theory can have a very big future, actually. I think he can be very good. He needs some seasoning, like maybe some basil, a bit of thyme, a couple of dustings of cumin. But
paprika!
He'll be good. Paprika! But yeah, he'll be good. No, this was a good match. Again, Austin Theory maintained, as he should. We're probably going to see a second match with these at Money in the Bank. That's fine. Go on from there. Fine. Perfectly happy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the main event.
Oh yeah!
And it's not Roman Reigns! Yay!
Yeah!
I'm gonna add some clapping noises from some audience and screaming. But anyway, we got Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes, which was amazing match. Oh my God! Seth Rollins comes out wearing Dusty Rhodes outfit. Talk about mind games.
Good old Toya, I can't hear you at all. There we go. I can hear something at least. Now I can hear you, yes. That was weird. Anyway, main event. Yeah.
Main event, yeah. So I was saying that Seth Rollins came out dressing up in like a Dusty Rhodes wrestling gear, and I'm just like, what? Like the mind games of him.
Yeah, that is so wonderfully done. I mean, listen, I'm sure they have worked all these things out between them. I think that's Cody's idea. Seth's idea. It's like, I'm going to come out and I'm going to make fun of your dad by dressing up like him. It was so good. Now, I want to say before we start, I've always had respect for Cody as a wrestler. I've had my problems with Cody as a person. I've said many times before, I felt like he left the company the first time around basically for being an entitled brat. He wanted to be world champion, and I don't think he was ready for it.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
Now he has proven. I do think he has truly proven himself, and I wouldn't have a single problem with him actually becoming world champion. But let me just say, whatever problems I might have had with Cody, I have immeasurably respect for him for running this match. Apparently, during the pre-show warm-up, he did a full pectoral tear. And you could fucking see that when he came into the ring. Now, when most people tear a muscle clean off their arm, they would probably not be wrestling. But he was apparently the one who told the referees, it's like...
But he's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I can wrestle.
I can't really use my left arm very much, but I can't make the damage worse. It's already torn entirely off. So, let's just do this.
Right?
Stepping into the ring to a 28-minute, or 24-minute, I think, Hell in a Cell match with a full pectoral tear, that takes some bloody guts. Even
that is a future champion.
With
it is a
big injuries from time to time.
That is definitely a future champion, and because I was just like, he's actually gonna do this? Okay.
I can't hear you again.
Hello.
Now I can. That's very weird.
Maybe it's just the Discord is just having...
Yeah, that's very possible.
trouble. Like there's a
But
delay, maybe, I don't know, but
yeah, I mean, I will get to the match soon enough. But when I don't know if you heard the audience, but when I mean, we knew he was injured, but I don't think anyone knew if it was kayfabe or partially real or whatever. But when he came into the ring and took off his ring gear, and you just saw that bruise or whatever it was that covered half of his body, you could hear the audience is like, "Oh shit!
yeah.
This guy is legitimately badly injured."
I was
But no,
yeah.
but I want to say that was this? I mean, with that in mind, there was stuff they couldn't do. Read later that there was apparently supposed to be a superplex, big superplex spot that they nixed. But leaving that aside, with all this in mind, was this the best? Was this a match of the year? An early match of the year contender?
Maybe.
I think it could be.
It
I
could
think
be,
this
yeah.
might
I
have
mean,
been the
it's
best.
definitely up there.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
they
this
had
is one
some
of the
very
best.
good moments. I mean, they got some good stuff going on. I'm just like, it was never missing a beat. Even with Cody being injured, it was
so good.
It was so good. I was just like amazed. It was amazing.
Yeah,
It was such
I
a
mean,
good.
this has to be up there with one of the best Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen, and there's been some good Hell in a Cell matches. I mean, I know the most famous one is Undertaker versus Mick Foley, but that wasn't actually
I
a
mean,
good
come on.
match. That was just a shocking match more than anything. I
That
mean,
was a
it's
shocking,
very
yeah.
iconic, but it wasn't actually a very good match. This was a super good match, and holy shit! Again, Cody, he got it. Seth did everything to that arm, like bull rope tear, kendo stick, every fucking thing. It was just, yeah, I'm running out of words here because this was just so good. 5-star
Well, guys,
match,
he's run out of words. He's
clearly.
actually in disbelief. Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm. Usually, when I run out of words for this one, it's because I'm complaining about something. No, I am running out of superlatives. This was utterly amazing.
Yay!
I have one. I mean, I don't even have any particular notice of any of the spots because it wasn't a spot fest. It was just a supremely well structured and played match. We said that after the Mania match that these two needed like another couple of matches to get into each other, and then we said after Backlash and especially after last one that they have really gotten to read on each other now, and this one was just the pinnacle of it. I can only imagine how it would have been if Cody hadn't been injured, but it was just a really solid match. I do have that one where Cody slides into the ring with a sledgehammer straight into a stump. That actually looked really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I have little to say.
I have nothing to say. I think nothing, y'all. I mean, that was a good match. It was a good ending. It wasn't an ending that just left me like, kind of sour.
This is the difference between ending on a match that made me go, fuck's sake, and a match that made me go, fuck yeah.
Right.
We said before how a bad ending to a good card can color your opinion on this card, but a good ending to a good card can also like just improve on it. And this was, again, I'm very sorry for Cody. Apparently, like I said, he will be out for like 5 or 6 months, maybe, because that's how long it takes for one of these things. He has to get surgery to have it.
Yeah, that sucks.
He literally have to have his upper pectoral surgically reattached to his arm in the entire length. So it'll take a while, but yeah, no, this was freaking amazing, and yeah, not much to say. Just go. If you don't watch any other match so far this year, you need to watch this one.
100% agreed. Well, anyways, I have to cut this short because my children are hungry.
That makes sense. So am I, by the way. I'm not her children, but I'm also hungry. I say 8.5 out of 10 for the entire show.
I will agree with that. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys tomorrow on Friday Fire.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.